Hello everyone, what is up? Welcome back to the second Pokemon Card Mail Day of the year 2026. Over the course of the last 2 weeks, some really cool things have happened and I'm excited to tell you all about it. Starting off with showing you this pile of cards that came in during the last 2 weeks that I was not able to show you yet. And the first card that you see here is one of my favorite art rares from the entire Mega Evolution era so far, the Alakazam from Mega Symphonia. I have been purchasing a lot of these cards, I've been selling a lot lately as well. I'm buying duplicates and selling some of them off again because I don't need them all to fill up the binder. And with doing so, I try to fund some of my personal collection goals. Now, then we have a very special card that I just randomly encountered. On first sight, it just looks like a regular Chinese Goldeen card that we have in the English version of the set 151, Pokemon 151, or also known as Mew. And I think this is the simplified Chinese, but if you take a better look at the stamp over here, you can see a Pikachu and a Goldeen. And according to some websites on the internet, this card is known as the Hangzhou Gym Goldeen. And apparently, I can't confirm it, but there are only 10,000 of this card made. So when I purchased it, I thought, okay, just a regular Goldeen, but the fact that it is pretty rare, although it is created rarity or scarcity, they only made 10,000 pieces of it. Once they all will be opened from their seal, perhaps they will be graded or just regular stuffed in a binder. And I think in a couple of years there might not be a lot of those left sealed. So I'm trying to be very careful with it, and I purchased two. I purchased them for around 20 euros a piece. Now I saw on the internet as well, on Reddit and some websites that sell these cards too, that the normal regular price on release was $25. So I thought I couldn't go wrong with it. Probably it was a promo freely distributed even when it was initially actually released, but when it was available for sale it was a regular price of $25. And I selected one copy just to sit on for a very long time. I put it aside. And maybe we can do a little bit of an update at the end of the year or the start of next year or whatever, and I'm very excited for this card as well. As we move into one more Chinese card, so we have a traditional Chinese, I believe. Then we have a simplified Chinese card, and then we have a Japanese card. And I usually only like to deal in English cards and then a little bit of Japanese, but these are pretty cool products. We have the Pikachu SVP1. In Japanese, you had this card available freely when you purchased the Scarlet Violet game, I believe. The video game for the Nintendo Switch. And then you had it in English in the ETB promo, also sealed though. And those were both transparent seals. And here we have the one from the traditional Chinese. And this one has the Scarlet and Violet's colors in it. So this card was, when I purchased it, around 10 to 12 bucks as well. In the past, I remember like 1 year ago, maybe 2 years ago, I purchased this card for 4 bucks multiple times over. Sadly, I didn't have one left, and now when I revisited it, and I thought I want to have some really cool niche card, something not everybody has, by opening a booster box. I encountered it again. Okay, I purchased two. I already sold one for 14 bucks, so 2 bucks profit for me. I'm gonna put that towards the expenses on the Alakazam, for example, and that's how I try to fund my own hobby, my own collection goals. Then I have been selling 5 of these Eevee cards lately, and I figured it was time to purchase 5 back, so some of them have arrived. One of them here is in a card saver. Moving on to the Miraidon and the Koraidon promos from the Elite Trainer boxes, from the Scarlet Elite Trainer box and the Violet Elite Trainer box. These were very cheap at first as well, and these are still in the era, just like the Pikachu on the ETB era, whereas at the end of the Scarlet Violet era they put the dividers inside the seal alongside the promo cards. So I was able to pick them up for 3 bucks all the time, and then now a year later, or maybe 1.5 years later, I paid around 10 bucks for this one and around 8 bucks for this one. But I thought these were some cool pickups, and now let me go into the next subject of today's video, as I am going to take a pile of cards here that also includes cards that were purchased in the last 2 weeks, but these are cards that I already have put them back up for sale as well, and it also includes some cards from my personal collection from a few years ago, in order to keep the cash flow going and also to be able to show cards that I have not been able to put up online earlier. Because these are some cards that I'm not ordering anymore, but I have a bunch of them in my personal collection. The next topic that I wanted to talk about was that very surprisingly, a friend of me asked me a couple of questions about Pokemon card collecting. And as you might know if you're a long-time viewer of the channel, but in case you're not, here as a summary. At the end of the year 2020 or the start of the year 2021, I don't know exactly, I came back into Pokemon card collecting, and in a very short time period we gathered a group of friends existing of 12 people that were all happily collecting together. During the time of celebrations Pokemon cards, we were collecting and opening booster packs and buying cards online, and actually we did not really sell anything. I have not sold a single card in the first 2 years that I was collecting Pokemon cards. In fact, I did actually play the game a lot, the Pokemon TCG Online, that is now Pokemon TCG Live. And what happened over the course of those 5 years, a lot of those 12 people just stopped collecting. They put their collections in the closet. They sold off their collections. I have a couple of videos where I'm actually talking about that I had to sell some cards for them. And then I got a little bit of provision, or however you want to call it. But that's besides the point. I was very happily surprised that one of them contacted me again, that they were about to collect Pokemon cards again. So what happened, this person went to the store and he saw a booster box of Phantasmal Flames. And it was already opened and the booster packs were around $6 a piece. He said, let me take some home. Let's see if we can pull some cool cards. Is Phantasmal Flames a good set? I said, yes, definitely. You have the opportunity and chance to pull a really cool, really desired and in demand Charizard. And what do you know, in the first 6 booster packs that he opened, he took home half a booster box or so. And he pulled the Charizard Special Art Rare, Special Illustration Rare. He messaged me, bro, is this really the card that you were talking about? Yes, that's the card. Did you really pull it? Yes, man. I said, are you joking? No. So that's around a $500 card at the moment, I believe, ungraded. PSA 10, it's not even available on the European card market currently. And I know we're very early stages of Phantasmal Flames. The fact that people were talking about that specific Charizard card, besides the golden Charizard, that already made me talk about the Pokemon card far in advance of the release of the actual set. Even far before the Japanese Inferno X was released. And he pulled it right away, first 6 booster packs after not have been collecting for 3 years. So naturally I'm very happy for the guy, and congratulations on your pull. And I have seen the card, I will show a picture on the screen as well, maybe I already have. And yeah, that is the first start of him becoming a Pokemon card collector again, so I'm not longer alone here locally. He immediately purchased a Charizard Mega Charizard EX Ultra Premium collection. Around $180. I think it is a bit spendy at the moment, but it was one of the lowest prices that we could find together in the European card market. And besides that, to get free shipping on the entire order, he also purchased a Mega Charizard or the Phantasmal Flames Elite Trainer box. That was going around $70 and free shipping on the entire order, and I'm kinda jealous. But if I do set that aside, it will take some part away from the money that I can spend in singles to put up online again. And instead of buying a bunch of singles and putting some aside for my personal collection, I just have 2 boxes and no money to flip basically. So I guess I might go for an Elite Trainer box worth $70 at the moment. A really nice price, not too bad. I calculated in advance already I was going to pay and willing to pay $80 for it. So yeah, he is also now creating a space in the house to put some Pokemon cards sealed away, and he is trying to collect Phantasmal Flames now in a binder, the entire set. So that's really cool, I'm really looking forward to it. He's asking me a lot of questions, can you find it, can you find that, and I'm really happily supporting him, and I already purchased some items for him from Card Market. The Kangaskhan EX box, and I believe the Latias EX box with the 3D or lenticular card. And he is planning not to open a lot anymore. He opened a lot of Evolving Skies and Celebrations alongside me at that time, Silver Tempest as well. And a lot of that collection has been sold off, and now I think a lot of people have that during every time again and again when Pokemon is in a boom. Oh man, I wish I still had my collection. But it is a fresh start. I'm really happy to be collecting together again. It's not me all alone anymore at this moment. And maybe a lot of other people will come back if they see the price rises and the new sets. They are also very excited for the new sets, those people that just come back into the hobby. I advised him to be a little bit careful because he said Mega Evolutions is going to be really great, but I said the base set, yeah, usually the base set is not the best investment. And this entire new block is called Mega Evolutions, but then they have a second name to it instead of the Mega Evolutions base set. Then just a short notice here, I saw the release of the Pokemon Lego. I'm really excited for that release, and the Charizard Blastoise Venusaur statue is really expensive. I'm not sure if I'm able to purchase that, but in the Netherlands you get also, if you purchase that one for around 700 bucks, you get a free case with Lego badges of the Kanto region, which is pretty cool and awesome if you ask me. Then you have the Pikachu that is coming out of the Pokeball. And to be honest, I don't really like that model or design, so I rather purchase the Eevee if that is possible instead of the Pikachu, but I rather have the Venusaur Blastoise Charizard statue, but I really have to save up for that. But I think the first official Pokemon Lego will be very expensive in a very, well, maybe in a short time, but over the long term it will be a great investment. I can't see any other future for that. Moving on to the last part of today's video, folks, we have a Dark Dragonite. I purchased this a couple of months ago, maybe a year ago for now, maybe even longer ago, I have to check that, and someone finally purchased it off of me today. I made 10-20%, I sold it for 115 bucks or so. And I have really enjoyed this card. It has been standing on my desk on some kind of holder, and I am watching it every day basically if I look to the right. Really beautiful in the light if you can see it like this. So I'm going to ship this one out later today. I've really enjoyed it. And then the person asked, hey, did you already package the card? No, I did not. Well, add this Feebas in there as well, so this is an outgoing order. And that brings me to the point I have now instantly 120 bucks. I can go for the sealed product like a Mega Charizard or Phantasmal Flames Elite Trainer box. And then I have 50 bucks left even to purchase some other items. Or perhaps possibly singles, because I like to purchase such cards too a lot. For my personal collection, but also to flip online. I just really love that process. So I think that's all for today. I have a lot of new Pokemon cards coming in today again, but I had to record this video before the mailman has delivered the packages. And I'm really excited for the upcoming weeks, and we have to do the Pokemon card for a trainer binder episode and so on and so on. And yeah, I'm off to the post office right now, and have a great day everyone, and I'd like to see you all back on the next video. Thanks for watching. See ya.